Hugo freaking Ekitike, what have you done, mate? I don't know what the hell he was thinking about that, but I loved it. I loved it. So let's first talk about Giovanni Leone in this game. I'll break it down slowly. So Giovanni Leone was really, really good. The Italian was superb. He showed some flashes of brilliance, and he is someone who is in the mold of Van Dijk. I mean, it's a bit too early to say that, but we could see that his playing style is very calm and very composed. He never dived in too early. He was not rash. He was not going into tackles too early, and he was just making them by standing. That was what I loved. That was kind of reminiscent of Fabinho, who used to make those standing tackles. He used to just take out one leg and just stop the play. And yeah, so overall it was a really good debut from Giovanni Leone. It was a shame that he had to go out injured, but regardless of that, it was a good performance, and our future in the centre back department looks really good. Maybe we should sort out the Konate situation and the Gehi situation, and after that maybe another centre back in the next transfer window, next summer, and then we are good to go for the next few years. And then let's talk about the other Italian, Federico Chiesa. My goodness, what a performance from Federico Chiesa. That he was everywhere in the game. He was all over the pitch, and he had like 2 assists. First one was to Alexander Isak, of course, who got off the mark, and the second was to Hugo Ekitike, who, as we know, did what he did. And yeah, and he also had a goal which was disallowed, and that was actually a pretty good goal. Actually, that was a very good finish from Federico Chiesa. And he also had a lot of movements other than these where he looked brilliant. He was good in pressing, he was good with interceptions, he tried a few dribbles, perhaps unsuccessfully, but rather like it was a good performance anyway. And yeah, I would like to see him start at the left wing against Crystal Palace ahead of Cody Gakpo, because Cody Gakpo in this moment is not playing well. He is playing a bit slower, a bit reactive, and he is not thinking on his feet. He's taking too long to decide what he's going to do next, and I would like to see Federico Chiesa play ahead of him. These are some of the stats for Federico Chiesa, and you can see that he has had a really good game. Next up, let's talk about Gomez and Endo. They were not good in this match. Gomez was way off the mark, and so was Endo. And a lot of it has to do with them not getting minutes regularly. We can't expect players to just sit on the bench and then all of a sudden, when they are thwarted into the starting lineup, to perform like a regular starter would perform. It's just not possible. So the solution to that is that they should be given a few minutes here and there towards the end of the games, or maybe a start also against a smaller opposition. Actually, there are no smaller oppositions in the Premier League, but still, when the match is secured, maybe we should bring on Gomez, we should bring on Endo to give them the match fitness and make them ready to go whenever we need them in situations of crisis. So yeah, that was about Joe Gomez and Endo. I'm sure they will get better as the season progresses. Then we need to talk about Alexander Isak getting off the mark. That was a sweet moment when Alexander Isak got off the mark early, and he could have actually scored in the first 5 minutes when Federico Chiesa laid it for him on a plate, but it was a good save from McCarthy, the Southampton goalkeeper. But anyways, this takes off some pressure of Isak, and I would have actually liked the same to happen to Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz is actually playing really good, but he is not getting the numbers. He has not got a goal or an assist, which is mounting pressure on him from the media, from the opposition fans. But I'm sure the Liverpool fans and the Liverpool management understands that his performances are really good, and they are being very patient with him. We have actually signed him for multiple years, not for just 5 or 6 games, so we need to be patient with Florian Wirtz. Next up, and lastly, let's talk about Hugo Ekitike. Man, what was that? What was that? He was, oh my god. Like, first of all, that was a goal which was entirely made by Federico Chiesa. Secondly, it was just a Carabao Cup match, not even a semi-final or a final. And thirdly, he was on a yellow card. That is not how you celebrate the goal. But you know what? I actually love it. It shows some shades of Darwin Nunez. It was like a total head loss moment for Hugo Ekitike, and it felt like Darwin Nunez has come back for a moment. The implications of this is that he will be missing the next match, so Isak directly gets into the lineup and starts. And now if Isak performs well, then it becomes a headache for Arne Slot to get Ekitike back into the lineup. The only way you can do that is perhaps play him on the left wing along with Isak, if Isak performs good in the next match. So yeah, anyway, Ekitike and Isak both will get enough game time, but it was not really necessary for Ekitike to do that. Anyways, it's a good win for us, and we go to the next round. And now we have made it 7 out of 7, and in 6 of these games we have scored late. The most impressive thing about scoring late is that all the 6 times we have had a different player score. Actually, I think against Everton was not a late winner. So the first one was Bournemouth. We had Federico Chiesa scoring the winner. The second was, what was the second one? Why can't I remember it? Arsenal was third, right? The second was Burnley was fourth. Atletico was fifth. Who was the second one? It was Newcastle. It was Rio and Gumoha scoring against Newcastle. Then third we had Szoboszlai against Arsenal. Then after that we have Mo Salah scoring the penalty against Burnley. Then it was Atletico in the Champions League. We had Virgil van Dijk, our man mountain, the Colossus. He scored against Atletico. And then we had a relatively easier game against Everton. And lastly, now we are back with Hugo Ekitike scoring against Southampton. So on we go, and let's see you against Crystal Palace next. Till then, ciao.